Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. This week we're checking in for week 2 of our budget. We're looking at how I've spent on groceries, petrol, bills, debt, general spending. If that's something you're interested in, please keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. This week we're in our bootleg budget. So this is the budget that I've set up by myself for free. I can't afford an Erin Condren right now, so I'm doing it all from scratch with a bit of card and a bit of pen and paper and a hope and a dream. So what I like to do first is I like to have a look at my bills and see how I've spent on them, just to make sure that nothing was over budget, just to make sure I can get through to the end of the month. So me and my boyfriend get paid every 4 weeks, so I check in from a Friday to a Thursday. Currently checking in for week 2, which is the 16th to the 22nd. So I'm going to start by looking at all the bills that come between the 16th and the 22nd. So we can see that first there was supposed to have been car insurance for $23.37. That did happen. Then I was supposed to have pet insurance for £15.09. That actually hasn't come out yet. I need to chase up with them because I didn't get charged for it last month either, and I want to make sure that my pets are definitely insured. And that brings us to the end of the bills. That's all we paid for this week, just the car insurance. So now I want to have a look at the debt that we paid for. So debt is this seafoamy teal colour, and there's just one, which was car one, $169.49. Okay, so we're almost coming up to closing our debt here. We just need to wait for the 28th, which will be in next week's check-in. So next what I like to do is I do my weekly check-in where I look at spending one, petrol one, groceries and unbudgeted. Spending one and petrol one is my spending and my petrol for my car. I don't look at my boyfriend's, that's his money. He can do with it as he pleases. He can throw it out the window for all I care. That's his. But for me, I like to track it. So let's start off with spending. Spending is in the orange highlighter here. And as I said, I'm looking from the 16th to the 22nd. Okay, so I'm just gonna add up these spends here. So it's just 3 actually, which was quite good for a week for me. So we spent $9.92 last week. So I'm going to go ahead and zero out all of these because I haven't added anything into our sinking funds. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the $9.92 into spending what we've spent. So I originally had £50.48 at the start of this week. I've spent $9.92. So if I minus the $50.48 from that, I should have $40.56. And here's what I have left. So 20, 40, 50, 2, 4, 5, 6, 40, 56. I'm still experimenting with cash envelopes, really enjoying doing that. And soon I hope to have some on my Etsy store. Something that's a little bit different, which I'm really excited about. Okay, now we go to petrol one. So there was only one petrol spend, which was today for £40. So that was another full tank. So £40. So 60 minus 40 is 20, so I should have £20 left in my petrol fund. Here's my little envelopes, which I've come to love now actually. I was a bit harsher than the other day. So this is my petrol envelope with the wonky bit of paper in, and I have £20 and that's it. I'm perfectly fine. I think that will last me till the end of the month. That £40 will last about 2 weeks. I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, groceries. Now, this one's gonna be interesting. So groceries is this very light blue. Okay, so we've had a grocery spend nearly every day. Normally what we do is we do one very big grocery shop and we plan out and we meal plan, and it would make a lot of sense. And then we'd sort of do a little bit for the rest of the month. There was no plan this month because we were starting to get a bit sick and tired of eating the same thing over and over again, and we weren't being very creative. So we've done lots of little spends, which If you look, I don't have very much money left over, so it's going to be quite tight for groceries towards the end of the month. However, we are both doing very well in our spending category, and we definitely do have enough food to survive. So I think it's going to be more about when we want something nice, we'll have to just use our own spending. Let's just quickly do the calculations. Okay, so we spent $59.71. So we started this week with $59.73. So without a calculator, we'll be able to tell that I've only got 2 pence left. And here they are. So I'll budget with that 2 pence. I did have an extra £10 in there last week, which I did move into my own bank account. So at least I didn't overspend by £10 at least. So let's go put that 2 pence. I do think we will need to float some more money in, but there isn't too much buffer this month like there was the month previously. So we might have to get a bit creative with it, but I'm not too worried about it. We have got some nice stuff in the house. Yeah, overall I'm pretty comfortable with it. We don't really need much. So do a quick scan for unbudgeted. Unbudgeted is this light grey colour, and we're looking from the Friday to the Thursday, and there's absolutely none. So it's all positive. So no unbudgeted, and I'm not rolling anything over. So I'm going to add up everything that we spent this week, which was $109.63. Okay, and then remaining is $60.58, which is more than enough really. I did spend every day last week except for the Friday, so there are no new non-spends to put in. However, if I only didn't spend on one of those weekend days, I could have had a lot left over. But that's life, isn't it? So next week's check-in is going to be from the 23rd to the 29th. I do have a lot of bills in that pay period. So we've got our Sky, we've got council tax, my boyfriend's phone bill, we've got rent to pay, and we've got to close off our debt with loan as well. So guys, gals, non-binary, thank you so much for joining me for this really short and sweet video. Join me next week where we'll be checking into week 3, see if we actually needed any groceries, because with 2 pence left, I'm not going to be able to get very much. Trying to make sure that there are no unbudgeted this month as well. And so far, so good, because we've had 2 clear weeks. And I'm doing a lot better with my spending category than I have previously. So it's all positives really. If you have got to the end and you are new here, please consider subscribing. It really makes a difference. We're almost at 20 subscribers now, and for me that is a big milestone, so I will really appreciate it if you click that subscribe button.
Hey, I want to be famous.
Also, if this is the first video you're watching of mine, there's a whole playlist called Bootleg Budget where I go through my budget since I joined YouTube, which is about a month and a half ago. If you're not new here and you're returning, thank you so much for watching. Every single view helps and I genuinely support it. The end goal for me is to have an Etsy store where I'm selling budget stickers and doing it a little bit differently, and I've got some really good ideas. So by supporting the channel, it supports me and helps me get to where I want to go. So until next week guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.